Well, good afternoon, and thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. My name is David Duffy, and I'm the VP of Sales here at Hammerkit, a company that's pioneering the use of repeatable digital solutions for the PR industry. And I'd like to welcome you to this, the first of 4 webinars, which focus on what we think are going to be the big trends for digital PR in the coming year. The webinar is going to last about 10 minutes or so, and if you have any questions as we go through, then you can send them to us totally anonymously by using the panel on the right-hand side of your screen. They'll come through to us here, and we'll put all the questions together with answers in an email that we plan to send out tomorrow. So today I'm going to show you how to turn one great idea into digital gold. And to do that, I need to prove to you that nothing is original. We reuse ideas all the time, and that the smart reuse can be profitable. Put these into a digital setting and you have PR digital gold. So let me show you how. In any campaign, the first thing you have to come up with is a great idea. Notice I didn't say it has to be an original idea, because as I'm about to show you, nothing is truly original. Like it or not, everything we create takes inspiration from something that has gone before, something we've worked on before, or something we've seen before. So if you're willing to accept for a moment that nothing is truly original, then we should stop trying to reinvent the wheel and instead recognize that we instinctively already reuse much of what has already been done before. Working in a highly creative industry like the PR industry, we should be well aware of how strongly influenced we all are by the things around us. In fact, it's often these things that inspire us to be creative in the first place. So, if we already recognize these influences and borrow so much from them, why don't we just own up to it? Why is it so wrong to reuse ideas when so many of the most successful people in the PR industry today are doing it every day? They don't worry about whether they're doing something original, because they accept that originality doesn't really exist. They simply rework what already exists, but in their own way. And that's what we should do when it comes to digital solutions for our clients. So what's holding us back? Well, I think the answer is twofold: ego and rewards. In many agencies, there's simply more prestige to be gained from dreaming up something new than for reusing work done previously. This is true even when the newly made thing is much worse than what existed before. I don't know if you've come across this, but I've heard many PR managers proclaim the wonders of the new, much worse thing to the team without anybody standing up for the older, much better thing. And if you think about it for a moment, the verbs make, invent, and create are still more likely to lead to more promotions than reuse, borrow, or convert. It's got to be fundamentally wrong to incentivize unnecessary origination at the expense of rewarding clever, smart reuse. So if you're prepared now to accept that nothing is truly original and that we've always built on what has gone before, let's embrace that fully and start capitalizing on all those great ideas and making digital repeatability a highly profitable revenue stream for our agencies in 2013. Let me tell you a story. The breakthrough for Hammerkit came when we were asked by a global PR agency for something that allowed them to have digital solutions that could be easily reused, resold, repeated, that would sit alongside their bespoke digital developments. That was our eureka moment, if you will. In a heartbeat, we saw the digital PR world split in two. On one side, you had the one-off developments, those bespoke digital solutions that are possible because a client has the desire, the time, and above all, the budget to commission a unique and one-off solution. Then on the other side, you have the majority of clients that don't have the time or the unlimited budget to have a uniquely crafted one-off solution. For them, the answer was clear: repeatable solutions. Hammerkit would create white label solutions that PR agencies could individually customize and use time and again for a whole range of existing and new clients. Now, this concept may be new for the PR industry, but the practice is widely used across many other sectors. The motor industry, for example, has been doing this kind of thing for years. At one end, you have specialist one-off hand-built vehicles, and at the other end, mass-produced cars that are used by you and me every day. It's the same with houses. We long since stopped building houses one at a time. Sure, there are still unique one-off architect-designed houses, but there are also mass-constructed housing stock for the rest of us to live in. I should point out that in both of these examples, there is still a great deal of choice at the mass-produced end that allows for client customization. So whatever the industry, there are always going to be one-off offerings at one end of the scale and repeatable solutions designed for the mass market at the other. There are still high quality, well-designed and fully functional because they are mass customized rather than one-offs, and they are much more affordable. And I think the time has come now, in 2013 anyway, for PR agencies to benefit from mass customization by using repeatable digital solutions that can be tailored to meet each client's individual needs. All you have to do the next time you're working on a client campaign is stop and ask yourself the following question. Is this going to be a one-off or something we could repeat? If it's the latter, then you have it. You've stumbled on digital gold, a repeatable digital solution that you'll be able to use again and again. So how does it work in practice? Well, you're sitting with a client, you're working on a campaign, and the client mentions Facebook as a platform they want to use to communicate their message in a social way, connect with new people, increase the number of likes on their page, and ultimately obtain contact details for follow-up activities. Here's a simple app we created on behalf of a PR agency for their client, a health charity. They wanted a way of obtaining contact details in an interesting and engaging way. The goal was to drive members of the public to their Facebook page and to get them to say how to stay happy on a daily basis. The various contributions are displayed beneath, and the contributor is entered into a prize draw in return for submitting their email address. The PR agency in question could see how this simple idea could be repeated and used for their clients. So it was created as a repeatable digital solution. At the same time, we also created a generic white label version that would allow them to demonstrate the app to other clients without disclosing who the original client was. Additionally, they believed that the ability to demonstrate an existing app gives them a clear advantage over other PR agencies when pitching to new clients. It also means that if a client decides that they want to order this Facebook application for their campaign, it could be deployed within a matter of days, not weeks. And best of all, for the PR agency, because it's a repeat, they paid only a fraction of what it would have cost to have it developed again from scratch. So let me show you the repeat of the Facebook app, the white label version that I've just referred to. This one has graphics and text for the fictitious Nordic energy company. You'll be surprised at how many people think that this is actually a real company. We've changed the question to ask visitors for ideas about how to save electricity. So you go into the app, you click the like. After reading the instructions, you then scroll down and enter your idea for saving electricity in the free text box. You then have the choice to enter your real name or a nickname and also your location. There are two options. You can submit your contribution, which will be displayed below, or you can enter the competition, which takes you to another page to enter all your personal details before submitting your contribution. All contributions are displayed on the Facebook application page. Now, this example is a very simple example of a Facebook app that can be easily and quickly customized to meet the needs of new clients. And this approach works with more complex digital solutions across social media, mobile and online websites, and for a wide range of PR campaigns. In fact, we've just developed a repeatable digital solution based on an interaction between Twitter hashtags and a Facebook mapping application. The opportunities for repeatable digital solutions are immense. So for 2013, I would implore that you reconsider your approach to digital production and look for opportunities to apply mass customization to not only grow your business, but to make it more profitable. You'll gain massive benefit from focusing on a repeatable model that can provide you with a portfolio of ready-to-use, off-the-shelf digital solutions that can be customized to each client. You'll be able to broaden the scope of your digital offerings, deliver faster, lower your production costs so you can be more competitive, and above all, highly profitable. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your time this afternoon. I hope you found it beneficial. I hope you'll join me at the same time next week when we're going to be looking at social media, how to think like PR people but measure like madmen. With social media on the cusp of becoming the dominant form of online content and more people constantly connected and consuming media, public relations professionals can now lead the digital strategy. Next week, we'll show you how a social and online digital strategy should get you a bigger slice of a client's spend. If you'd like to talk to me about anything you've heard today or about how Hammerkit might be able to help you, then please feel free to contact me. The details are on the screen now. So until next week, at the same time, thank you very much and good afternoon.